So now we will consider it once more, like that having 10%. Right, if we try the 10% in IRR, we get the 41,000 and 444,000. So if we gonna try the 15%, we gonna get the high rate, because now we get to get the low amount than the before. So what happened, inclusively we having the 30,000, 36,841, that is below the 40,000. Like, this is now the rate is too high. So now we get to, we want to get our amount through the interpolation. Interpolation is a method that we try to figure out a figure between two figures, right? We don't know the figure, but we know two figures, and we know that the figure is between them. So we try to interpolate and we try to get that. So what we are going to do, first of all, we write at the left side the rates. Firstly we use 10%, and that is, we have to make it in order that very low to high, right? The rate was 10% low, then comes IRR, and then comes 15%. Okay, at 10% what we got, 41,044 444, right? And at IRR what we will get, we intended 40,000, and at 15% what we get, 36,841. We calculate both of them, 41,000 and 36,000 before the slides, and 40,000 is given in the question, that is initial cash outflow. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we consider the difference between 10% and IRR, that is X. Okay, that is X. And on the other hand, we calculate the difference between 41,000 and 40,000, that is $1,444, right? And between the rate 10% and 15%, we calculate the difference, that is 0.05, like 5%. Okay, and same on the other hand, what we do, we calculate the difference between 41,444 and 36,000, right? So that is 4,603. Now what we are going to do, we are going to equate the ratios between the figures, like X divided by 5% will be having the same ratio, which will be having 1,444 divided by 4,603 division, right? The ratios between them will be same, because these are in a series, these are in an equation, these having some sort of link together, so ratios will be same. So what we will do next, so we will be solving it as an equation that in X below X 0.05 will be gone to the next side, and that will be multiplied and divided, and now we will get the value of X, that is 0.0157. So what was X? Consider it that 10% and IRR difference was X. Now to get the IRR, what do we need to do? We need to add X in 10%, right? So if we will add that, that will be 11,000, sorry, 11.57% IRR, right? So we got the rate, we got the IRR, that is 11.57%, and acceptance criteria for that, there will be given a hurdle rate, like below that rate firm is not gonna accept any project, right? And now the hurdle rate for the basket wonders, that is 13% of the project. So should this project be accepted? No, absolute no. The firm will receive 11.57 for the each dollar invested in this project, and the cost of 13%. So cost is more than the getting. So in that way, they are supposed to get the loss. They're not accepting this project. And moreover, this method having strengths and weaknesses too. Accounts for time value of money, like it consider time value of money, consider all cash flows, that is also very good. That having less subjectivity, like less influenced with some other factors which are not calculated, and assume all cash flows invested at IRR. Okay, that is its weakness. Reinvested, not invested and reinvested, and difficulties with the project ranking and multiple IRR. Like if you were like both of them actually pointing the same problem, that if there are more than one rates, right, not one rate, so how are we going to calculate it, right? And we know that the market situation is very diverse, so there are timings that we are not getting all the time one rate, so there will be a difference, there will be multiple IRRs. Okay, so that fails this method. So this is also a weakness of it. Now the most wonderful method, that is net present value, because this is middle of the older stage and young, like you can say the newest age. This is the middle of them, because we can consider it often acceptable. So what is the theme behind that? Net present value is the present value of an investment project's net cash flows minus the project initial cash outflow. So net present value, that adheres name, that this is something has to do with the present values, right? And net in net, what we do, we minus something in from something and we got a net, right? And now we can see the formula, the cash flows 1 2 3, these are cash inflows. We are getting the present value, all of them, we're adding them, and we're letting elimination, we're conducting elimination of initial cash outflow from those inflows, right? Now we can see what is happening over here, that at 13% the rate was given from by the firm, that they are getting this cost. Okay, at 13%, what we do, we calculate the present value of 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, 10,000 and 7,000, all cash flows, minus 3,000. We got minus 428. Acceptance criteria for the NPV is very simple, that if it is negative, like negative the below 0, so what we gonna do, we're not gonna accept the project. In that case, the negative, we got NPV negative, that not even 0, right? So what we can say, at 13%, the management of VW has determined that required is 13% of the project of this type, and we are not gonna, no, that is state no for this, because the NPV is negative, right? So we will reject this on the base of NPV. NPV also having some sort of strengths and weaknesses. Cash flow assumed to be reinvested at hurdle rate, right? That is very wonderful thing, regardless that, and it counts the time value of money and consider all cash flows. Both of them were discussed below also, and it may not include the managerial option embedded in the project. This could happen, so this is sort of a weakness in the project. And with respect to next technique, that is a profitability index, that having some sort of relationship before we discuss, but we can see that it having the sign of deviation, right, not the minus. What we gonna do, we're gonna calculate the present value of all of cash inflows, and we're gonna divide with the initial cash outflow, right? The method 1 is okay with for us. So let's see, we got the present value of all cash inflows and we divide it with the outflows. We got 0.9643. The acceptance criteria for profitability index is less than 1 is not accepted, so that is straight no for that too, right? And same for NPV strengths, it having it allow comparison of different skills of project, and weaknesses are same as NPV and provide only relative profitability index and potential ranking problem. Now we can see the summary, exclusive summary. Project giving was 3.3 at payback period, and comparison we done with the 3.5, we accepted, and project was giving IRR 11.4